Hello everyone. I painted my sunset. You guys saw it without any paint on it earlier, but I thought it'd be really cool to go ahead and deck it out with the colors. Then that way it doesn't go into a 15-hour ordeal. So let's get started. So I just kind of made this. It's whimsical. It doesn't exist. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't normally pour, but this is a pretty good circle. So I'm going to pour in, this is white and orange. And I think I have some that have just a little bit of black paint on them. So I might grab this. This is a gold one. I'm taking him out for sure. Let's see how many I have. I want to fill it up to the edge. I'm going to get this guy out. He's pretty black. Sometimes I try to save the stuff that's on the outside and it gets painted. So I'll use it for a darker painting. And this is a pure black one. Let me throw that into the black. So I need a little bit more. You know what I might do? Here. So this is what I do. I start thinking. Let's push this down. And since, you know, sunsets have a little red in them, I know the sun is totally usually yellow. I'm going to throw in some of this orangey, yellowy red just up here in the top, just to make it have a little drama. Just a little drama. Maybe let's do some around the edges because I like that. Just around the edge. Oh, that looks cool. Again, this is my sunset, so you can make it a blue sunset if you want. But I do like that. It gives it a little drama. I'm going to put this yellow out here with these guys. Okay, so now let me finish. There's another gold piece in there. Let me finish this off. I'm going to get this gold piece out. So definitely tell me where you're from. That's up to you if you want to say, hey, I'm watching from wherever. Okay. I think that I'm going to give it a little bit of red. I do have a few that have a little bit of black specks in it, but it still looks good. So I like my resin full too. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up. I'm going to put a few on the outside. No, I'm not. I was going to put a little bit down here, but instead I'm going to put a little bit more brightness in here. Just on the very edge at the bottom. There we go. That will work. That will work. Need a little bit more here in the center. Plus it covered up my black ones. I'm good with that. Good with that. So I was looking at all these sunsets right before I went on here. Where is my lid for this? I don't have a lid for that. And I was like, am I going to do a traditional sunset? Am I going to make it like all dramified? I went with the dramified. I'm kind of a little bit of a drama queen. Just lost my train of thought. Okay, so I'm going to, oops, hold on. Didn't realize I poured over that much. So sorry. Now I have contact paper under this, but since I'm pushing, I can see where it lifted right there. So I'm going to make sure that before I pour the resin, it's just all the contact. It's very sticky, but for some reason it didn't grab right there. It's going to leak right to here, so it's just going to leak here. But if I don't pay attention, it might just keep leaking and go out there. Okay. I don't know why I picked that color up. So, next color I want to do is orange, which is... Where are the orange ones? Nope. I have them all in these souffle cups. I thought I had it sitting right here. Orange, orange, where are you? Well, I guess I'm going to go with this yellow, which I'm okay with it. I was just looking for some yellow. Now, this is an 18-inch one. I ordered a 12-inch one, and they accidentally sent me an 18-inch one, so I'm going to call them and thank them for that, because it's pretty cool because it's big. Now, when you have little tiny pieces or little spaces like this where it's really tight, you just need to find some skinny guys. Just littles to go down in there and get some color down in there. You can leave it clear if you want. It's your sunset. I'm trying to get that guy to work in there. Well, he went down over there. This is where your gosh, I keep on wanting to call them Q-tips. Holy cow. Counting down the days for my surgery. It's Monday. No, it's Thursday. Sorry. It's like, it's Monday. I'm like, no, I'm doing a live Monday. I do have a class Tuesday night, so I will not be live on Tuesday night, but I still might do a tutorial during the day. Just to keep it rolling. Okay. That's about as good as he's going to get. So I'm going to throw just some, and we're going to do kind of like an ombre out. So you start really, really thick, and then it goes out to littles, to different colors. And this is a tight one too, so I'm just throwing some in. It does not, they're sun rays, so it doesn't have to be exactly the same. It can go wherever. You don't really see a lot of blue, but I put blue out here because I wanted to put blue in here. So I might even go a little wild and put some purple in here. I'm going to see. I'm going to see how it goes. These are not set in stone until you set the stone. Hey, that was pretty good. Sorry. That was a pretty good one, though. So I'm going to bring this one out just a little farther. He's a little bit bigger. I'm going to take this, I don't even know what that is. Half gray, half red one. Just a few. Get these back here. Now, if you've never done resin, I never did it, you know, when I first started either. So I've learned a lot. I teach myself stuff. Oh, and these are clouds down here. And I just mimicked water there. You just learn by doing. So, but with my kits, they're like totally explained because I do a YouTube video for them, and they have written instructions. So you should be just fine. And the only reason that I say something about my kits is, oh my gosh, is that a cloud? Oh good, it's a cloud. I thought this was a color. I was going to say, I have some small whites. Okay, so this is one. Oh, see, that's how they get lifted up, because I'm poking down and it's a canvas and it's moving on me. Okay. Is this one? I wonder if this is a ray or if this is blue. Like the sky. I might make those yellow. Get over there, dude. Yeah, even though this is an 18-inch one, he's pretty tight in here, so that red one went flying. Sometimes they have a mind of their own. Okay. There we go. These are clouds. Now I do have white and I do have clear, but the clouds usually show a little bit. So I was thinking of adding some white, like down through the center. And they're usually dark underneath. So this is just white. Don't fill it all the way up. Like if you do this one, you're going to kind of mix some colors here. So we can make it look like it has the darkness. Am I all the way in? Yes, I am. Good deal. If you have any questions about resin, about painting, about anything, well, not anything, but my art, I can answer my art questions. Oh, I got my little dogs in. Check these out. Oh my God, they're so cute. I have a whole bunch of different little 6-inch dogs like this. I'm going to do my Boston in this one. Can you see it? It's so cute. And here's a little fluffy dog I'm going to make into a, I forget what kind of my sister's dog is, but they're look at this guy. I think that's a beagle or a bloodhound. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do them. I'm going to learn to paint with resin. And I'm going to do portrait pets. So I grabbed a bunch of pictures of my sister's dog. And she's I don't know, some kind of terrier. With the long hair. Those terriers. I don't know what they're called. I guess I should learn what they're called. But anyway, I'm going to do one of her dog and learn to paint with the resin. So it'll look like your dog, but in a wooden frame. So excited. Because I get to paint. And do resin. Okay, I'm just filling these in, and then I'm going to put some other colors in it. Blah! Did I use... I didn't use all my yellow. Come on. This is a little nuts. A little nuts. I am going to put some darker blue on the bottom, though. Huh. I'm going to put a little blue in here. Just to give some shadow. Maybe I'll just put... I must have used all my yellow. I have yellow in the car. I have not unpacked my car. I lugged in... Oh my God. I lugged in so many tubs of glass. And it's so heavy. I had so much for my class that I had the other day. And I was like... I can't believe I'm carrying this much glass with a broken shoulder. But I did it. My handy dandy little cart. Him and I did it. Yeah, you can pop over there. I don't care. That blue one just jumped. Maybe we'll just do those blue because that adds a lot of color to this. Plus, I can't believe I'm out of my little yellow. But I don't want to stop the live to go get the yellow that's in my car. Holy cow. I do have these. Check these out. They look like candy sprinkles, but they're polymer clay. They just look like candy sprinkles. I wonder what those would look like in there. Oh, yeah, we'll just add a little bit right there. I haven't used them yet. That's kind of cool. I don't know why I'm hanging on to my tweezers. So I think I'm going to go Since I have the yellow, there is yellow in there. Oh, I forgot that guy. I thought that was a cloud. I think I'm going to go with an, it's not going to be really the color of a, I'm going to do some red, of course, and blue. Now this one's going to be a guess. I made so much extra resin last night. Look, I have this much resin. Way too much. I'm going to fill these up. Grab this guy so I don't forget him. And I might even go with the little purple. Again, it's a sunset that doesn't exist, but will exist here. Come here, buddy. So go through and fill the frame up. I love this color of blue. Love it. And I have just a little bit of, it's a teal blue that I'm going to put on the bottom just to give it a little bit of some darkness. And I want you over there, buddy. Yeah, since I'm on this canvas, I should have put it straight on the table. And it's on my board that I always work on, which has some resin plumps on it, or glumps, or things. Ooh, that would be a perfect little guy for right here. Nope, not gonna work. How about you? Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. This guy. That guy. He looks good. Do it. If not, it's going to be a clear. It's just going to be glass. Go down in there. Come on. You're just about the right size, and I'm not cutting you. Okay, I'm leaving it there. He's a little high. I'll probably find a better piece here. Oh, there's another. Here, I'll just use this guy. So it does take a minute to get these little sections in. So bear with me on that. Put some more blue over here. Oh, I didn't show you last night's. If you didn't happen to look on my page, this is my guy from last night. Check this out. Look at the shine. Look at all the flowers. Crazy amount of flowers. My extra worked here and here. They're hard. So yeah, look at it. It turned out gorgeous. Again, I'm having so much fun with this stuff. Now the kits aren't like that. The kits, I keep on showing all this extra stuff that I'm doing because I'm having so much fun with it. The kits are straight, you know, colorful resin. You can add stuff if you want. It's not. It takes about 40 minutes after you figure out what color scheme you want. That's the hardest thing, is to figure out your colors. So once you get that, you just fill them up. Come here, little guy. I want you right here. Okay, he was too small. Right there. He's kind of there. So you do play around with finding pieces to fit. Like, I like mine full. So I do spend a little bit of time finding the pieces that'll fit down in there. because it's relaxing. This will go right there. And now I have blue in there. Love it. Seeing if I could get this to work in here. I did. Good job. Good job, dude. Scooch over. But, I mean, if you do leave it empty, like some are so, they're like slivers. I don't know if you can see that. Slivers. Those work really well beside things. I don't normally pour these in, but this, I usually do 12 inches, but these are a little bit bigger. This one's definitely bigger, so I can pour it in a little bit. It lifted right there again. So when I'm pouring that section, I can see it. So when I'm pouring that section, I'll just go a little slower. Okay, a little bit more there. Then I'll work on the sunset. I don't know why I jumped. I was working on the rays and then... I know why, because I am who I am. I am an artist and my brain just goes crazy all over the place. Okay, so let me check real quick. I'm going to get a little guy in here. You'll find that you have all different cut sizes of glass. Even if it's cut big, you're going to have some smalls. And those are the ones that you use as fill-ins. And then if you don't, you can get even smaller smalls. See, like these? Which I am going to put at the top of this. Just to give it a little something, something. These are so pretty. They're like little diamonds. Well, that guy is not in there at all. The blue guy. Now, I'm not putting any flowers. Of course, it's a sunset. I did try to figure out how I could do some, the palm tree. I didn't do it. My things weren't big enough, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna look right. So basically, I'm just giving it a little highlight with these stones. And plus, they're so small that they'll fill in those little areas. I gotta figure out what color I'm going with next, because I don't have any yellow. I ran out. Not really, it's out in my car. I'm not going to go get it. Not getting it. I always think I have everything ready, and then... This guy, I'm thinking... I'm going to put some blue in here, because he wasn't sitting in there very well. Okay, filled in. This has some weirdo thing in it. That's flat. Needs a couple blue. It's better for you to work up as you go or work down as you go. Like, don't do what I did and like, see, I don't like those little sprinkles in there. So it's like, ugh. Sometimes I put stuff in there and it's just like, that is not what I wanted. So I have this dark blue, which is actual aragonite. I don't know what it's called. It's the only dark blue I have. Oh, no. I have some dark blue. Sorry. I have this dark blue. So that's going to go at the top. So I'm good with that. So I can ombre out with these two colors. I am going to throw some red in. Now this red will look pretty stark against the orange and yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw in some smalls once I get them, because now did I decide if that was a ray or not? It is not a ray. It is not a ray. But I made it a ray over here. And I made it a ray right here. I guess it's a ray. I guess we're making them rays. Okay, so but when you have like a deeper color that's going with other colors, if you just take that lighter color and use it to fill in, it'll kind of make it flow. And then, so this one is too, then. And this one is too. I guess that's what I'm doing. Because it's going to make a pretty sunset anyway, no matter how I do it. So I need some here too, then. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah, because I put it in over here. Okay, let me make sure I got all the... So I do these two, then? I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to try, let's see, where's the smallest one? That's not going to look right either. Holy cow. I thought I had it all panned out here. Okay, so I guess I'm going with just all of them except for these up here. I'll just make them blue-ish. Let me take a couple of these out. Oh, not that blue. I'm doing red. I'm doing red. Well, here's my orange. Oh, crap. Okay, let me throw some of this orange in. I was wondering where my orange was, so I'll throw in the orange with the yellow and orange into these littles. And then maybe I'll ombre these with the blues. So I'll have some small rays. I'm telling you, that's the hardest thing, is to figure out where and what colors you want to use. I can't believe I have my orange sitting over there. Well, I can. I really can. I should go get my orange or my yellow. And if I tell my husband, will you go out and grab the yellow? He'll say, what? What do you mean? I don't know what you're asking me. Truly, he probably would not. Because, yeah. He's not an artsy-fartsy. Get some of these in here. Some oranges. I'm just going with it. Going with it. I mean, it's still going to turn out beautiful. Except for those little sprinkles inside. Where are you supposed to be? I could pick out some yellows, but that would take me like a few minutes. Because I have yellow and orange mixed. Well, when the sun hits it, it's going to be yellowish orange anyway, so maybe I should quit thinking so hard about it. I really should quit thinking about it. This looks like water now. I'm okay with it, but it looks like water. It does look like water. Where's my red? When you're scooting these around, try not to push down too hard because it does lift it off of the contact paper. Guess that guy wouldn't be there. I'm trying to find some skinnies. To go in here. If it sticks up, okay. I mean, if it sticks up a little bit, it's okay. See, I forgot that guy too. I forgot it. Because that's what I decided to do. I'm just doing it. Just doing it. These are pretty, these reds are pretty big. So if I would have had a 12-inch, I don't know whether they would have fit. I would have had to really, really be super picky on what I was doing. You are not going in there. But these smaller pieces have a lot of skinnies in them. That's skinny. We have you. Oh, that just kind of just disappeared. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's the perfect piece. And then it goes down in there and it's gone. It's just gone. That sounds like I was breaking it. Oh, I had one of my containers dump out in my car. I really should take them out of my car. They're all just sitting in containers in the back seat. Okay. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to throw blue into it. So, and then I'll put the littles in. I'm going to throw a little bit of this light blue in first. I can't believe it. That really does look like water. I'm going to say, I'm not going to run out of this. I have 50 pounds of this stuff. Throw a little bit into the others, kind of like when you're painting, because that way it'll blend it. It's like blending. It's Mystical Sunset. This one was harder to do than I thought. Just because of what I painted it, not to do, period. Because this will be, I have this one in my shop too, in a 12-inch. But it definitely, when you do little extras stuff like I do, I'm going to throw just a little bit of blue in here. It takes a little more time trying to figure it all out. Believe it or not, I do come down here an hour and a half early. But by the time I'm done saying I'm going live and doing that I'm going, or whatever, saying that I'm going live, doing the posts. It's like crazy. There was this cool sunset that I saw a picture of. It wasn't a real sunset, but it had like a rainbow in it. I was going to try that, and I'm like, man, I can't figure out how to do it. I couldn't even figure out how to do this one. That was crazy. But it had green and yellow and stuff like that. And I'm like, sunsets don't have green in them. They don't really have a lot of blue in them either, but the blue's pretty. So, a blue is happening. That's what's fun with art, is you can just like, oh my, I really like that. Okay, let's go with that. I really hate that my clouds look like water. But it's the way it goes. Way it goes. Way it goes. Let's see what color this looks like. Oh, I'm putting some of this in too. Just a smidge. This is aqua. Aqua. Totally forgot this guy. Okay, that's enough, Tammy. You were just putting a little. Let me see what color this looks like. Oh, that's the same color. Sorry, same color. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go with a little bit more red and then the blue. Oh, I can put these blues. I only have this many of these blues, so I'll throw those in. Just because they're really pretty under the lights. Or under the... Not under anything, with the light shining through. I'm going to have to get some more of those. They're really pretty. Pretty color. I like that they're polished. Don't go into my water. That's what it looks like. Don't go into my water. I can't believe I forgot this guy. Completely. Oh, you know what I could do? Okay, I just figured out what I'm going to do. So, you can color resin. I don't normally do that on here, but I found the real yellow. So, I'll put yellow over this, which will tint everything more yellow. Yes, that's what I'll do. When I did it the other day, I did my Luna Moth, and it was like a neon yellow. And it even said neon yellow, and I didn't pay attention to that. And, where's my other red? I was, where's my other red? Oh. Just going along, doing it, and mixing it up, and it was like neon green. It ended up looking really good with the Luna Moth, though, because the Luna Moth had green in it. But it was like, holy cow, that's bright. But it really toned down. And it's always darker, you know, in there, in the container. It was quite funny. Okay, so I'm going to go through and find these areas that I need more in. And then I'm going to put the blue on. And then I'm going to tint that resin. Now I'm going through and making sure everything is like not high. If it's too high, then I move them. Oh, wrong color. And that yellow will really bring out the colors. I don't know if I like those speckles in the center. And this is just my water. It could be a very wavy water. And I did put the highlights on it, but... I would love it, love it, if you guys would like my Sunbeam Glass Studio page. The link is down below. Also, share it with your friends. This right here, let me see if I can find one skinny piece, because there are a lot of really thin pieces here. Yep. Let me see if I can find a super, here's a super thin one. That might just do it. Oh, see, it disappeared. Bummer. That's too big. It disappeared too. Come on, guys. It's just a little teeny tiny section. Putting 4 pieces in there. Oh. Well, you can see red in there, so, or orange. That works for me. Works for me. Okay, I'm going to add, just to say I did, some of this. This is really cool. It's like these, but look at that. I love both of these. So I'm going to put this just in there because I can. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. Gives it a little... Oh, I missed that whole section. Poop. And you don't want to use these. These are more expensive than the others. So use these as your filler. The bigger rock is more reasonable. And then use your other ones to fill in. Oh, you were supposed to go there, weren't you? Quit disappearing. Okay. So I usually use these little ones just as fillers. And I always put my lid on because, what do? I spill them a lot. Okay, so I'm going to scoot, get these off, let them fall where they may. What they do is they sparkle like a pink when you put resin and you have the sun on. Nope, stay there. They're just really cool. And I don't really care where they go. Just as they're on there, I'm good. And please share with your friends and family too. I'm probably going to get booted because I don't think that Facebook likes the word share. And I keep saying it. Get in there. Some people say sprinkle. I feel funny saying sprinkle. Like sprinkle the love is what it means. I just can't get myself to say sprinkle. So, if you would share this, these lives would be fantastic. So I'm trying to get my pages going because I'm going to have to do some online stuff for a little bit while my shoulder heals. And if you don't know, I'm getting a brand new shoulder. Yay! Not really yay, but it needs it. Okay. Stay there. Okay, I think I've got it all. Okay, looks good. Now I'm going to take these darker ones. This is actually aquarium gravel, which I think is really cool to use because a lot of it's stone, but a lot of it's glass. You can get glass aquarium gravel. This happens to be stone. So I'm going to do this out at the very edge. Don't put it in my water. It's kind of like a purpley blue. It's a little high over here. So we'll leave that. Now I'm just kind of moving it around. I'm not pushing. Don't push. It likes to separate your contact paper. Okay, I want to get some more of this blue because that's the last of my blues. Last of it, last of it. Okay, so I'm going to fill in a little bit with this lighter blue. Just on the edge where I need some filler. Then I'm going to add some embellishments, which are, it's going to be foil. You can get foil pretty much anywhere. You can get any of your resin stuff pretty much anywhere. How are these things popping out of here? You can't get them at Joann's anymore, but that was one of the first things to go because resin's so amazing. I went in there to our Joann's to see if there was any resin stuff. Nah, there was a little bit of foil, so I grabbed the foil, and that was about it. Okay. Now I'm going to add some of this. This is just clear. Maybe if I add some... Okay, I can handle that. I'll cover up those little guys. Little too weird for me. It's a big piece. There we go. I'm just going to add some out here. This is just clear glass. This gives a little lighter shade. This is too big. There's some big hunks in here. That one's too big. The black piece. I try to keep my stuff separate, but when I go to class, sometimes they don't all get put back in the same little thing. And then I just take a little time and separate them out and put them back where they go. It's stuck under my fingernail. Okay, you over here. Big. Now I'm going to mix up my resin. The foil, I forgot. I'm going to put it on afterwards. Anything that has to do with glitter, you want to put it on afterwards because it will float wherever you don't want it. So I always have my students like wait And it's the number one thing that they want to do is put that glitter on. Like, you can't yet. You got to do this first. You got to do this first. I make them clean their area up. You know, there's things you have to do before you just go crazy. Get in there. I need something in there. So I'm just moving stuff off, and then I will mix up the resin. I have no idea what that is. Things. There's just things that just pop up anywhere. I just saw something there. They just happen to pop up. Now I'm just scooching wherever they're going to scooch. Sounds like I'm really pushing down on them. I'm not. I'm just kind of just barely touching them just so they settle down into a spot. It's a little high, but it'll work. Get in there. You want to be there, I promise. Sometimes they just don't agree with me. I'm like, you got to go right there. I want you right there. This has just a little bit too much in it. Saying, I want to be in it, though. You can go in the next one. There we go. Okay. We don't have red in our ocean. Or our clouds, or whatever they need to be. Scooch over. Too big. Too much. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some yellow. I think the yellow would be pretty over this, would brighten it up. But it looks so much cooler in person than it does on camera. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to pick up these pieces because if I don't pick them up, they just get resined. And then sometimes I can save them, sometimes I can't. That's why I keep on saying, oh, well, those have some black on them. It's because it was in a piece and I'm kind of scrappy. Just a little bit. You gotta be. You just gotta be. Come here, buddy. They stick, the flat pieces really stick to the contact paper. Just a little bit higher. Okay. What do you guys think? Looks like water. I'm good with it. I am good with it. Okay. Gloves on. I'm going to say it on every video now because I have people that are questioning. What color is that? Oh, it's black. I have people that are questioning me pouring or some of my students being shown without masks. That is entirely up to you if you want to wear a mask. I do, however, recommend that you add gloves. These gloves are gloves that are chemical gloves. I use them all over and over until they pop a hole. So, when you are doing your resin, make sure you put chemical gloves on. These are nitriles, which means it's for resin. Oh, let go, let go. Not for resin, for chemicals. And, ooh, I just thought of something cute. See, that's what I do. I just think of stuff that are cute afterwards. Is that sticky? No, it's not sticky. Anyway, you need two. You need epoxy resin, probably backwards, because I never remember to do it. Epoxy hardener. One's resin, one's hardener. You need 1 part to 1 part. I reuse this glove. See this green, this neon green? That's what color that yellow was. But I just keep on using it. This is hard resin. It's not going to affect the setup of this at all. So I'm going to go, I'm at 120, 140, so I'm going to go up to, this is bigger. Sorry, I saw pieces that were out. Okay, so I'm going to go up to, let's see, 152, 140 to 240. That's not going to be enough. So I'll go to 250 and then I'll go to 340. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you put A and B. Doesn't matter which one goes in first. I can't, well, I probably can. Let me set it right here. 1 to 1. This is 1 to 1. Some are 2 to 1. And this is going to look like a lot of resin because I have that whole inch on the bottom. So I'm going to 250. Go. And I'm probably mixing too much. It's better to have too much than not enough, because then you have to do it again, which doesn't bother me, and it doesn't matter either. Oh, there's some, hold on, I found some dark blue rock that fell. There's 4 pieces sitting over there. So I have, hold on 1 second. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was right. Holy cow. I like math. Okay, so did I put that down on the floor? So this is what I did last time. Yeah, I'm good. Stop. I keep on saying because I'm losing my train of thought because I'm thinking about the resin. So I mixed A and A together, and my whole cross didn't set up, but it was still okay. I've got equal parts, good deal. You can see if you put the epoxy on the bottom, and then you put it, and this has measurements on it. I can't tilt it now. If you look here and then look here, the epoxy resin's heavier, and then the hardener is not as heavy. So if you do it, you can actually see where they have separated. And if you forget, you can look at your measurements again. That's a little trick. Learned that pretty quickly. Okay, where is my stir stick, which is my beat up brush? Bah. No, I don't want to use another brush. Yeah, I guess I'm going to use another brush. Okay, I'm going to get one of my beat up brushes. Hold on a second. I always use my old class brushes to do the resin. Like this is one of my old, it's all fluffy and everything. So you're going to mix this for 4 minutes. You don't want to mix it for less, because if you do, it's not going to set up. It's better for you to mix it for 6 minutes than to mix it for 3. If the resin that you're using, I do little circles like this. I also do big circles. I scrape the sides. If your resin says 2 to 1, make sure you're doing it 2 to 1, because it won't set up correctly. You have about 45 minutes with this brand. This brand's Jan Chun. You have about 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes before it sets up. Let's Resin brand, which is the kind that I use in classes, it will start setting up in about 35, 40 minutes. And then it'll be rock hard within an hour. So, rock hard as in you wouldn't be able to drizzle it in here. That's what I meant by rock hard. My arm keeps catching up. So I'm just mixing and mixing and mixing. If you have any questions, definitely put it on there. After I get my shoulder out of the sling, depending on what I'm allowed to do, I'm going to start doing a few molds just to show you pouring resin molds. But I love doing these because these are sun catchers and they just look like fake stained glass. They're beautiful. That one that I showed you, the mushrooms, is on a MDF board, which is a manufactured wood. It's all just like wood pulp and glues and super glues, and I'm not real sure, sawdust, but it just makes a really nice hard wood. Now you'll see bubbles. Don't worry about bubbles. If you have bubbles when you pour your piece, you can use isopropyl alcohol, 91%. Most of the time it doesn't bubble. Even though you see the bubbles in here, I drizzle it, one, so the bubbles pop. Most of them pop. And two, so I can control it a little bit. Like some of my students go crazy and they just go even with their drizzling, and it's mostly because we're at a winery and we're having a great time. And I give them glasses of wine, and yeah, my classes are fun. So I will be online for a little bit, hence why I'm doing all these videos, so I can show you something else you can do. You can do this at home. Like I said, I have the kits available. I only have about 8 or 9 of them listed on in my shop, but there's paint kits there. There's I have a subscription box where you can join and you can get a piece, a choice of your colors, your piece out of all the pieces that I have shown, and you can do it quarterly or you can do it yearly, like once a month or once every 3 months. So that's entirely up to you. And there are over 250 designs. I have 86 of them in my flip book, my electronic flip book. So I'm going to try to finish that after I rest a couple days, which is going to be Thursday and Friday. So am I making you guys move because I have my arm on the table? I am. So sorry. You guys might have been getting dizzy. Okay, so I'm going to grab the yellow. And what I'm going to put in here is called alcohol ink. Give me a second to find the yellow. I think it's right on top. And it says lemon yellow. That's probably going to be very bright. Hold on a second. Oops, I just dropped it. What color is this? This blue. Is this the yellow? This one just says yellow. I have not mixed this one up yet. I have no idea what color it is, but they come in these little things, and see, it does say yellow backwards. You need to shake them up really, really, really good. The more you shake them, the better it is, because they have the pigment in there. And if you have the pigment that you don't mix up, you might have, like if you have an open area and you're doing like a window pane, like just with nothing in it, you'll have these little yellow streakies, little yellow specks. And that's because this didn't get mixed up enough. Now, depending on how much you want to put in here, depends on the color. So I'm going to put probably 3 or 4 drops, mix it, see if that's the color I want. I want it pretty bright. I could add some white to it, and it would lighten it up. But it also, I'm afraid it'll make it a little milky. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. Okay. I think you're pretty shook up, dude. I have not opened this one yet. That tells you I have not used it yet. If you're just jumping on, look at this masterpiece I did last night. I absolutely had so much fun doing that. Oh my goodness. Okay. 1, 2. It also, since it has alcohol in it, takes care of the bubbles a little bit. I think that 4 drops probably is not going to be enough. But, like I said, I have not used this color yet. So let me see. So this is going to be like a very pale yellow. Can you guys see it? It's still not mixed up all the way. It's a little too pale for me. So I'm going to set it back down. I'm going to put 1. Come on, bud. 4 more drops. See what color we get. That's more like it. Scraping the side. It looks a little more condensed in here. Like the color isn't that yellow. Can you see how yellow it is? It's going to be a little less yellow here because you're seeing it condensed. But I do see some streaks in there, so I'm going to mix it up good. And I'm probably not going to see the streaks on this piece. Yeah, see, that's a better color of yellow. It's kind of like a honey yellow. Let me see what it's going to look like across here. Looks pretty clear. I'm going to put a little bit more in. A little bit more in. And there's stuff called mica powders, which also tints your let me put the lid on that because it does have alcohol in it. It tints your, yeah, that's a prettier yellow. It tints your resin also. That looks pretty good. And it doesn't matter that, you know, it has yellow over the blue and stuff like that. It's not going to show up like that. It's going to show up. I'm just making sure I want to make sure that I'm not going to pour out here. Like I had a big hole right there. It's important that this contact paper is definitely contacted. Can I say that? Contacted with, I can't say that. Stuck. That it is stuck to your paper or your piece. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with this. I'll go with this yellow. Now it's more yellow. Do you see that? Again, it's more concentrated, but oh yeah, that goes across the orange really good. So I do not pour. Now this is a bigger piece. I probably could have get away with pouring, but I do not pour. I drizzle. And the reason I drizzle is control. It is entirely up to you if you want to pour. But if you have a spot that has a piece of this that's not connected to that, you're going to have a pour out. So if you have a pour out, first thing that you do, don't panic. Don't push down on this to try to seal it, because the more you mess with the edges, I had a student and she was trying to help, and that is totally fine. But the more hands that are on it, the more you're going to have an issue with it pouring out. Just let it pour, you can't keep filling it. You have to let it do its whole pour out. It'll set up, give it about 15 minutes, it'll start getting thick. After about 15 minutes, put just a little piece in there like that and see if it still continues to pour out. If it does, wait another 15 minutes. But if it doesn't, go for it. I always hold this over too, so it makes it stay, or not makes it stay, but you can move your resin or your glass pieces back in where they go if they want to get stuck on your brush like mine did. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, lost it. But yeah, if you do have a pour out, don't panic. And then you just snip it off the next day. Wire cutters, just little snips. What else do I use? X-Acto knives. I'm not telling you to use an X-Acto knife because I don't want you to say, oh, well, she told me to use an X-Acto knife and you cut your finger off. I'm not telling you to use an X-Acto knife. You use what you feel comfortable about using, taking that stuff off. The extra resin. This does look like water. That's okay. I'm all right with it. It's still gorgeous. So I always go over the wood because it makes the piece look really pretty. And it also solidifies it really nice. Again, it's your piece. See, I'm lifted right here, I can tell. Right here, I'm lifted because I filled this up and it's going down. It's going under, which is totally fine. But I'm going to let that set for a little bit. I'm going to leave it alone. Anywhere, when you're doing this, that's another reason I do the dripping or the drizzling, is I can see this one too. I have a little hole right there. It takes a piece of sand hole, a pinhole, for it to find. Resin is self-leveling, so it will find anywhere that it could possibly go. So it's good. It's better not to just keep on pouring it because then you're going to have a whole bunch on your back, which is okay. I mean, it's on the back of it. But it just lets me watch where it lifted on me. So, again, you can do what you want. You can paint this on going like this, dabbing it. Just don't push hard. Because if you push hard, then you run the risk of lifting again. And I don't like things to lift. But I don't panic if it does. Like this is going to pour over if I don't grab it, so I'm going to grab it. Because I put too much there. Which again is okay. So I always tell painters, everything in acrylic painting is fixable. Well, I think I have figured out all the things in resin that is fixable, which is everything except for mixing A and A together, Tammy. I can't, jeez. I was like, oh my goodness. So, instead of losing the pieces, I'm going to soak them in alcohol, and I'm going to clean them off so I can reuse them, because I did a cross, and I used a lot of my marbles. I used a lot of stuff that wasn't in the cheaper range. So, or should I say more reasonable range. And plus I love drizzling just because it's fun and it feels good. It's very relaxing. If you're having a stressful day, do art. Art definitely helps stress. I have a pour out on right here too, I think. I feel like I'm finding tornadoes. It's like, up, there's one. I hate tornadoes. Oh my God, I hate tornadoes. They scare me like knock-knee. I get knock-kneed. I told my husband when we built this house, if we don't have a basement, I'm not moving into the house we're building. So the house didn't originally have a basement, so we built it on the side of a hill, and we have a, a whole downstairs, but it's a walkout basement. So we made it have a basement. For me, because I can't do it. I cannot do storms. I'm petrified. Yeah, this yellow looks really pretty over this. And look how bright it made everything. So it was a little kind of drab, I think. But I know that it all comes together in the end. So that's what made me choose to add the yellow to the resin to liven it up a little bit. And I love it. Trying not to cover it with this big cup. This is another reason I use a brush, because I can reuse this brush, and look how much resin it holds. So I always use my old brushes, which I have 50,000 of them. Now when you go around these hanging holes, that's another reason I use a brush. I just go like this. And it's brushed. It is a hanger without a hole. If you do happen to get it in there, see, like I got a little drip, you can take an X-Acto knife, or you can take a drill. Resin is drillable. It's sandable. It's pretty much everything-able. And if you make sure your contact paper is stuck down really, really well, watch me get over here and it'll leak out. I very, very rarely, even students have a pour out, like have pores. Most of them are because they're drizzling around the edge too much. Come back in here. Thank you very much. Nope. Nope. And you can use your brush, you can use the toothpick, you can use whatever you're mixing with. You can use, this is a little high. I'm trying to find a place for him. As you can see, I'm moving him around. Wow, I lost my train of thought again. Weird. Okay, I think I made the exact amount of resin that I was supposed to do. Check this out. So I had 16 people at my class the other day. And I had 16 cups pulled out, not this big. But I made 6 of these cups with the exact, I could not have gotten it closer. I swear, I filled them all up the same exact, all the way up to here. And it was the exact amount for 16 people. I couldn't believe it, and nor could I do that again. That was a fluke. I was just making sure I had enough. And I'm like, holy cow. I was pretty impressed. But like I said, it'll never happen again. I can do small pieces. It's just hard to judge how much they are going to use. Because some do panels. Some do panels are where they just put it just full of glass, full of resin, so they have a panel of glass in some spots. I'm going to take this and just drizzle, drizzle, drizzle around. There we go. I think I guessed pretty good on this one. I think I'm going to be pretty close, if not right on. And I think the drizzling too allows you to let it hit different angles of each of the stones. I don't know why I keep calling them stones. I've been calling them stones for a long time. It just seems to work better. So you can drizzle, you can pour. But whatever you do most of your embellishing with glitter and stuff like that last. Because if not, it'll float wherever it wants to float. You can use plastic and resin. I mean, you can use it. But if it's really, really light, like the paper flowers that I use, not paper flowers, the dried flowers that I use, they will float all over the place unless I put some resin over the top. And then push them down. So just keep that in mind when you're working with the flower art. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, it's going to be gorgeous. Just gorgeous, even with the little candy sprinkles in there. So what I'm doing now is I'm going around and looking. You'll learn to eyeball your edges, where you're missing. You'll be able to see shiny rock. Again, it's glass. You'll be able to see the glass where you've missed going across it. Like, I don't have these at all. You'll learn to see that. You'll learn to be able to use the light, move around, and see where you've missed. If you do miss it, no big deal. Let it set up. Tomorrow, you can't take this apart until tomorrow night anyway. 24 hours. You can pull off the backing. But you can put resin right on top of resin. And it doesn't have to even be the same kind. Resin on top of resin is just fine. I'm moving this rock. I tried to stop myself and I said it anyway. So I just say rock. I don't know why. So I've hit everywhere except for right here and down this line. I still have plenty of resin left. There's a lot more in there than you think. So I'm going to get this section. And what I do after my lives is I will do another short live that shows you the shine on this. Because that does not do it justice. Okay, so where I had to pour out. Hold on a second. I missed that spot. Where I had the pour outs happening was right here. So it's set up enough to where I can go and just fill it back up. I missed right there. The rocks, I'm just going to call them rocks. The rocks will tell you where you've missed. Because you can see, like if you drizzled over half of a rock. Because one side's going to be shiny, the other side is not going to be shiny. And then I had a pour out over here. I think this is all taken care of. Oh, I didn't even do this little section. I did it a little bit. I didn't fill it up. Nor did I do the wood. At all. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of eyeball it. When you work with wood and resin, it tends to, I think, bubbles pop. And you'll see like this little section that you swore you got, but it opened up a little dry area where it looks like you missed it with resin. I think that happens because there were some bubbles in it and they decided to open up a hole. Not a hole, just a spot that's empty. So now I have places that are low. So I'm just going around hitting them. I missed this whole corner. And that might have been some of this pour out up here. So let me get here. Now, this is a pour out right here. I can't lift it, nor can I show you. But there's a section there. Yeah, it might have been what I just did. Because I don't see in the resin where it's lifted. It might have been, well, it did go down a little bit. So I'm going to let it set up for a minute. And just go hit these other spots and save just a smidge. See, I told you I shouldn't have said anything. But that's okay. Just let it set up. If I just tried to fill this section in right now, I could fill it and fill it and fill it. And see, I know I got this spot because I just got it. But it did that funny opening thing. But I did miss these 3 rocks over here. So you have to spend a little time doing this, making sure the rocks are okay. Make sure everything's pretty even. Like you don't want to have one section like be super, super low. Like it's low right here. I like it to be pretty full, evenly across. I'm going to let that set up while I put some foil on. Here, I know I went across, but it does that little open the wood. And it's not the paint. It'll do it on the regular wood also. Just straight on the wood. I think it soaks it up, is what I think it does. But I could be wrong. I'll move this guy. Now I'm going to put some shiny stuff on. I'm going to let this set, because I need this little bit for right there. So I'm going to take my gloves off, because this stuff is like, it's foil, and it's like here's the gold. This will show you. It's like pieces of foil, and they fly everywhere, and they go where they want. They stick together, and this is real cool. I love this glitter. This glitter, I'm going to put a little bit down in here. And it's not going to go crazy on me because it has something to stick to. See these little dot, 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 dot? I can use those after they set up. They'll be like little half rounds, and they're yellow. So I'll throw them in with my little half rounds. So the glitter, you don't go crazy with it. It's an embellishment. So try to control it where you want it to go. If it happens to fly away of your hands, you can move it with your toothpick or whatever you have. I'm still going to put it right here, even though I'm going to fix that. I'm trying to keep it off the wood. It's just to add a little oomph. And it doesn't take a lot to add to the oomph. Now, when I go through and show you the live, I might have had a little pour out right there. So I'm just letting it set up. When I go through and show you the live, you'll see all these sparkles. That's what you're going to see after it's dry. It doesn't take much, really. It does not take much. The foil definitely does not take much. If you overdo it, it does kind of look, I won't lie, it'll look a little cheesy. Because it'll look like you didn't know what you were doing. And see, that's all I'm putting on there. I have all these foils and all these colors. So this here, I wonder if I can do that with that. No, wrong color. Could do it with this yellow though. So right here in this yellow, let me get the blue off my hands. This is foil. One, I'm almost out of it, but don't open it fast. It goes like that because it's like static electricity. Okay, so the foil likes to stick together, so I kind of tap it around to get it to break up. And I actually will place most of this. And you probably will not see this until I show you. I'm just opening and closing my tweezers, and I'm just wanting to hit in the yellow. This is where all the pizzazz comes. I don't know what my husband's watching upstairs, but it sounds like a rattlesnake down here. I'm in Ohio. We don't have rattlesnakes. But it's just going... Might be watching a Western. It's really creepy sounding, though. I'm kind of not liking it. Okay, so use your light, because you can't lift this up and look. So use your light and just kind of see what you're doing. I might as well just tap the rest of this out. I have this blue here, which I could put some in here, but my glitter is doing good. So I'm going to add... I don't want the light. I don't have green. Hold on a second, I'm looking. Okay, so this is iridescent foil. I tap it down. Like I said, it goes... Open it slowly. I don't know if it's pressurized or what, but see, it's sticking to the lid. So just go really slow. See how it's electrified? I swear it's electrified. So this you can use on anything. So I'm going to put it in. Oh, I shouldn't have touched that. I'm going to put it in here close to the sun. There's a lot right there. Come here. Come here. My tweezers are being funky. They probably have resin on them. Yes, they do. Get off me. Okay, I'm getting some resin on my tweezers. It comes off. You just have to scrape it off with a... I just didn't want that big clump there. You can go down here. You guys can see what this is doing. Well, it's doing that in here too. Now I gotta get my other ones because those will be a disaster. Yeah, if you grab a whole chunk, let loose of it. It will also, it picks up the colors. You gotta watch talking around it too because it flies. It picks up whatever color that you've laid it on. Embellishing does take a little time. But it's so fun. I could decorate these all day. Get off my thing. Drop. Be part of the picture. Be part of the picture. Thank you. I'm going to see if this one color looks okay. Because then it's like a glitter. So I can just sprinkle it on. I think it'll be good though. So this is glitter. Well, it might be foil. Because it's like, yeah, it's foil. It's just a lot smaller. I'm just going to put just a little bit out here. Yeah, it is foil. It's just a lot smaller. So like this clump here, put it back in there. It'll break up. I swear it's electrified, or I'm electrified. I'm electrified, that's it. I'm electrified. I'm making it get off of my tweezers by doing that. Because there's some big, huge chunks on the top. Okay, get in there. I want you in it. Not on it. This is where your art becomes yours, is by how you embellish it. See the little ones that are fallen? I'm not real concerned about them. Because they're all falling evenly. So I'm like, okay then. But these, oh, what's that? Oh, that's a piece of resin that I cut off today. Got picked up, sorry. I am gonna scoop these. Maybe I'll move them with the brush. Yeah, that's easier. They break up. I just don't want a whole bunch on hanging out there. Okay, so this, before my resin gets too hard, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. It has set up enough. Yep, you're good. Cool beans. I just have a smidge left here, so I'm going to go around and check the wood parts. This broke up right here. I'm going to move this over. This broke up. You can very gently pull some of this if you need just a little bit of resin, but don't even touch this thing. And make sure that it is set up, because if not, it'll just pour out and pour out and pour out and pour out, and then you'll be having to let it set until tomorrow, and then you need to pour more resin in it. Okay, I think everything is good. Man, that was a good, don't have very much left. So I'm going to put it in here because it's yellow and I don't need it that little bit. Okie dokie. Yeah, I want that one drip right there, bud. Right there. Yes, drip. It's getting thick. Why didn't you right there? There you go. Okay, I think that's all the resin I have. That's a good deal. Perfect amount. Okay, so I have these little shiny things, and I'm going to see if I like it on here or not. If I don't, I'm not going to put them on. I might put them on, I might not. I am going to spray this. There's a couple bubbles, not very many. Oops. Give me this little bit. The wood just decides to do it wherever. It's really weird. Okay, get off me. And if you miss it, you can get it tomorrow. Okay, I think the rest is okay. I'm just going to give it a smidge of spray. And you can tell that it pops bubbles because it gets super vivid. And that means all the bubbles popped. I don't see any. I do see that though. This is getting really thick. I missed that rock and that wood separated. Oh, I had to pour out over here too. See, I didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. Okay, put it back in there. I don't think I'm going to use those. I don't think I'm going to use those, but I will look to see if, okay, I like that. That might be my only embellishment there, because the stuff that I have is more florally. I need to get some red and pink. Okay, so I have some of this glitter. And this is going to be the last embellishment. And I'm just going to add it to the red because it'll pick up the red and give it this glitter, or give it this super shine. It's a iridescent, so it picks up whatever color you put it on. It's very cool. Very cool. And this just makes the front even prettier when it shines through the light. Well, it doesn't shine, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That's just getting it off my hands, and if it hits somewhere and gives it just a little bit of oomph, I'm good with that. Like if it picks up on the wood. I'm barely picking any up. I'm just giving it, letting it hit where it hits. Don't glitter the whole thing, just a little bit. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of this and go over this stone because I want him just as shiny. This one was like a blue clear. My resin's getting pretty thick. There you go, dude. Okay, so are you still leaking? I don't think so. There's no need to waste the resin, so stick it on here. Unless you know that it's still leaking, leave it alone. Okay, there it is. There it is. So I'll get off here, then I'll do a quick live. I'm just kind of checking it as I'm talking. I'll do a quick live just to show you what the shimmer looks like. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you.